What's up everyone, it's Roger here from ThisKingdom.com. It's a lovely sunny August Sunday and it's time for the Sunday episode. Now, I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently on the Sunday. Rather than going through the news for the last 24 hours, just generally things tend to slow up a little bit on the weekends. And if I do the news on the Sunday, there'll be nothing for the Monday show. However, so what I'm going to be doing is kind of looking back at the week that's been, looking back at your comments, especially on the YouTube channel as well. And also just sharing some cool videos from the week, just bits and pieces, and just kind of doing a little bit more freestyle because it's Sunday, it's great. So big thank you to everyone that's been watching this week on the Daily Show. This is something that's going to be continuing on to be the new format for our sort of site and channel, to do the videos and kind of have the links to the new videos, because generally as far as sort of I go, there's so much news out there and doing up all the stories and stuff for the site. Sometimes it's not always the easiest thing. There are bigger sites out there doing lots and lots of staff, doing lots of things. So I decided to sort of change things up a little bit, have a little bit of a rethink. So let's jump into some of the things from what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to show off 3 cool videos that I found that show off some great things about Disney. And actually, when I say great things, sometimes they're not exactly too great. Because first off, we got a great video here by Disney Dan, which definitely sort of shows off the evolution of Pluto. Now, Disney Dan, if you're not aware of him, friend of the show, he has been part of the Disney Infinity. He was Disney Infinity Codes, now there's Books of Life. But he started branching out and doing some other things. He recently done some videos of evolution of like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, etc. But now he's started doing Pluto. So you can kind of, if you go on there and you find the link below, it kind of shows off how Pluto has evolved at the parks over the years. So it's definitely worth checking out. And like I said, just great. So definitely worth going and subscribing over there. Changing things up a little bit, over at Smoosh, they did something a little bit different, maybe not quite so kid-friendly, but they took to kind of make fun, really, of what Disney movies would be like if they were real, such as Pinocchio. Geppetto's getting a bit cold, so he chucks Pinocchio on the fireplace and stuff. Generally really funny, but like I said, maybe not for the kids and stuff, but it is a real cool little fun little thing about Disney. And then finally, I'm jumping over now to the richest, which talk about the 10 people who got banned from Disney World. Again, this one is just a really fun, just stories of how people got banned, what they've been doing, generally wearing either costumes at the parks or just generally just acting inappropriate and stuff. But a lot of them tended to be around just not wearing and just acting inappropriately and stuff. So definitely worth checking them out. You'll find the video links in the comments below. As I said, it is pretty cool just to kind of see what you guys think of all of this stuff. So looking back at some of the big stories of the week, I just put up a brand new review for the brand new DuckTales series, which debuted this week. Haven't got around to seeing it yet, but I'll be sure to check that one out soon. But Matthew put up a review on the site, so you definitely want to check that one out. In some other news stuff from this week, so let's just look really back at some of the big stories from the week. So first off, we had from yesterday, Walt Disney's One Man Dream is changing, and so that's going to be changing over to more of a preview format, which is something they've been doing for a while. Netflix were still in talks with Disney and Marvel the previous day, which kind of fed off of the story earlier in the week of Disney launching their own streaming service, which was a very, very popular subject. Easily one of the most popular stories we've seen for a while. Also, parking increases coming to Downtown Disney. Had a couple of new episodes of this gaming podcast where we were talking about Mega Man and new gaming merchandise. And also, Travis put up a review of the Tiny Town box from Funko, and there's also a brand new pop vinyl. So there was lots of bits and pieces coming up that definitely were pretty cool. So what's coming up this week? This is the one cool thing with this news, you just never know what's going to be coming out. Now today is kind of a big day really for people at Walt Disney World, because over at Hollywood Studios, the Great Movie Ride is closing today. Also over at, in Epcot, Ellen's Energy or Universe of Energy is also closing, and there's been pictures and videos of massive lines for people trying to get in there and see that before the attraction closes. Maybe they just want to sleep before they queue up all that time and go to sleep on it. So yeah, those 2 rides are closing. It's kind of one of those weird things, I think, especially like locals and stuff, wanting to experience it before it all closes down. Personally, like I said, neither one of those rides I really care too much about. They could quite easily just close down, and I wouldn't really mind in the slightest. It's just, I think it's like anything. When something's about to close, everyone wants to appreciate it just before it goes in. I always like the dino scene from the Energy one, but that was about it, really. But I know a lot of fans obviously are sort of, upset about it. But as I say, things change, things keep moving along. And those 2 attractions, are going to make way for 2 better ones. We've got a Mickey Mouse ride going into place where a great movie ride is, and also Guardians of the Galaxy going in with Ellen. No, Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah. To me, that's just like, yeah, I'll be quite quickly there, press the button, but get the bulldozer in myself. I mean, love Guardians of the Galaxy, so I can't wait to see what they do there. Just looking at some of the comments from this week. Big thank you to Primetime New CF. He was he put a couple of comments about how like the network and stuff. He was saying that he's currently added this to his WWE subscription, and he would seriously consider dropping cable once the sport is all sorted out, because I think that's been the big thing. He didn't want to lose his sport coverage. And also he also said the same thing, that they hope they never bring any parking charges to Walt Disney World's Disney Springs. I was thinking it's a bit of an interesting one, the difference between Disneyland and Disney Springs. Whether or not they do bring those things over from the parking, who knows? It's a good way of clawing back some money, and I think generally, if you're going there, I don't know, it's always this really tricky thing with parking. It can put people off going, but also it's part of a way of generating money. Personally, I think the prices that they were sort of saying for downtown Disney seem to be very, very expensive. $6 for half an hour did seem quite a bit. But obviously, if you spend over $20 in any particular location, you can get your parking validated for 2 hours. If you go for a table service or a cinema, you can get 4 hours validated, which is, it's not like you're going to, I imagine a lot of people spending much longer than that there anyway. But there we go. Well, anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. As I said, the Sunday show is going to be a little bit more free, a little bit more loose. We're not, and just kind of talking to you guys and stuff. I'd love to know your thoughts on all of this week's stories. Comment below, and also throughout the week, comment, get in touch with us. They're going to be a little bit more sort of interactive with you guys, with comments and questions and stuff like that. Anyway, guys, see you guys soon. Laters.